Hi guys, it's me, Julia. So the inspiration for this video today came when I was doing my makeup this morning and I was going through my brushes and I found myself like picking up one of my Sigma brushes and putting it back for another brush, and it just kind of started me thinking as I was, painting my makeup on. I was thinking about my Sigma brushes and the fact that after a year of having them, I kind of passed them up a lot for other brushes, and so I wanted to share with you what those brushes are. Now this is not to say anything negative about Sigma brushes. I know how huge they are in the YouTube beauty community. I know how well loved they are. I know how many people just think that they're the greatest brushes ever. And I'm not saying that they're a bad brush or anything. All I'm saying is that overall, the experience that I've had with the Sigma brushes has been somewhat disappointing. I went in with high hopes because of all the hype that I'd heard about it and about them and everything. And basically, I bought myself a little set. Well, I had my husband actually for my birthday buy me just like a little collection of brushes that I wanted to try out. And for me, based on their price point and based on the hype, I was really underwhelmed, and I found my whole experience kind of anticlimactic. And what it's resulted in is there are other brushes that are comparable to the to the Sigma version that I have that I use instead. So I thought I would do a little video sharing that with you. And again, this is not bashing Sigma brushes. It's not saying anything bad about them, but I'll explain, as I go along what the brush is and what the comparable brush is. And as I said, price point. So Sigma brushes are, an affordable brush system, but they are still a little pricey. I mean, some of their brushes are, up to $20 a piece. So I know that, and I think their new professional, the Sigmax ones are even more expensive than that. So I still think that price is an issue for them, and for that reason I kind of put a little bit higher, like the bar is a little bit higher for them. I think my expectations of them are greater. So anyway, let me just go through them, and I've got the ones that I have, and then a comparable brush at a lower price point. Okay, so I'm going to start with the face brushes. And I'm starting with this one. This is a Sigma flat top synthetic kabuki brush. I really love this brush. I use it, almost daily. Like anytime I'm using a cream foundation, I use this brush because it's just perfect for buffing cream foundation. And the brush is so dense. Like the bristles are so densely compacted. It's basically like buffing a velvet puff over your face. This is an excellent brush. Definitely worth the price tag. However, if the price tag is too high, there is a fairly comparable product, and that from e.l.f., and that's the e.l.f. Studio powder brush. And this is actually the first brush that I started using with my cream foundations, and it's kind of what got me onto using this type of brush in the first place for those products. Now again, I'm not saying that this is a dupe at all. I'm not saying that in the least. I'm saying that this is a less expensive comparable version, like comparable product to this. Okay, basically it's the same thing. It's a flat top, densely packed kabuki style. Why I picked this is because it's $3 compared to the $20 that you're paying for this one. But it's definitely bigger. The bristles aren't as densely packed in there, but it's a comparable product, and I used this for a really long time before I got this one. Enough babbling about that. Where's my brush? Okay, so next is another foundation brush, and this is the F60. Again, this is another brush that I quite like. What I love about it is the size of the head of the brush. I think it's a nice big brush, and it's thick, so it's like really, I don't know, there's just something I like about the bigger, denser kind of brush head. I find that it paints the foundation on better than the ones that are really kind of thin. So I quite like this, and it's got, a little chiseled tip. However, again, the price tag is a little high. So I do like this brush. It's just, the price tag's a little high. Let's find something that's a little less expensive. So this is the Real Techniques by Samantha Chapman Essential Foundation Brush. And again, I can't say, I'm not saying this is a dupe because it's not the same, clearly. This is a little bit smaller, but what I like about it is they've both got that same kind of width to them. So they've got like that nice kind of thick, like big brush head on them. So, and this comes in, the core collection, I believe. So it's like $17 and you get 3 or 4 brushes. So it's a really good deal. Whereas this is $15 or something. I'll try to put all the information for prices down below. Okay. Oh, got the wrong brush here. Okay, another face brush is the Small Contour, the F05, and this is one of the brushes that I don't use, like, ever. It sheds, like, horribly. It's, every time I use it, it sheds, and I hate that. Like, it just sheds like crazy. So, what I found instead is the e.l.f. Mineral Powder Brush. So you can see they've got the same, relatively same shape. Obviously, this is, again, a little bit bigger, and the bristles are a little bit longer, so they're a little bit more, not uncontrollable, but you get more control out of this one because the bristles are shorter. So what that means is you get more of a concentrated placement of color, whereas something that's a little bit softer and a little bit bigger, you have to be a little bit, it's harder to be more precise. But I actually prefer this brush because it's a little bit bigger and because it's softer. This is a little bit scratchy for me. It's just my opinion. And again, $3 versus whatever this is. Okay? This was originally, I loved this brush originally, and it's the Tapered Highlighter F35, and it's got a really neat shaped head on it, which is great for, what I do is you just get your highlighter on this little chisel tip here, and then the big bulbous part of the brush works to blend out the highlighter. So, I mean, it's really nice, but again, it just sheds like crazy. So, you go to do something and then you pull back and you've got 6 hairs on your cheek. So I don't like that for that reason. Another Samantha Chapman Real Techniques brushes. This is the contour brush. So again, it doesn't have the same shape, and I'm not saying that it's a dupe. I'm just saying it's a comparable product. Kind of, like there's several different brushes for doing the same kind of thing. It does have, it's like an egg shape, but, so it's got a little bit of a nice kind of almond shape, oval shape at the top. Again, it comes in a collection, so it's a really good, you get other brushes, and it's a good price point. It's just basically what I'm saying is I have a problem with the shedding of my Sigma brushes, and the fact that they don't keep their shape. I find after what, like they've all kind of splayed out a little bit for the price point. Okay, now we're on to eyes. So the first is the E55 shading brush. Now again, this is a brush that I like. I don't really have a lot of problems with this brush. It's just that you can find other versions less expensive. So again, I'm going with an e.l.f. brush, and this is the e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. I get lots of questions on, like where do I get my e.l.f. products? So I'm going to answer that. Here, I'm lucky enough to live like 45 minutes away from the U.S. border, and I'm very close to upper state New York. We go to Watertown all the time. So in Watertown, I find my brushes at Target, or not just my brushes, like e.l.f. products at Target. They don't have the whole collection, but they've got some products there. Like they've got the studio blushes, they've got some eyeshadows and things like that. So I get some of the products there. Here in Canada, Winners is consistently carrying different products. You just have to go in because it's always different what they've got. Sometimes here in Canada, like Eastern Ontario, Giant Tiger sometimes has like their kits and things. At Christmas time, Zellers used to always have like their little box sets, but Zellers is gone now. So Winners sometimes, and as always, I just order from the website. So the price is a little bit more for me because I pay an extra shipping charge. If you're shipping to Canada, it's an extra $6 on top of the $8, so you're paying $14 for shipping, which is a lot if you're buying like a couple of things. But if you wait and take advantage of one of their big 60% off sales or 50% off sales, and you're getting a whole bunch of stuff, I don't mind paying the extra shipping. The only thing you have to watch for is just kind of being reasonable with the amount of stuff that you order, and you can place several orders just so you don't incur any kind of extra duties and stuff like that, okay? So I hope that helps. Anyway, so this is the e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush, and you can see that it's relatively the same size. I think the Sigma one's a little bit puffier. But, you know, but this is a good brush. It's just for the price point, you can find something less expensive. Okay, so now this one was a really big disappointment for me, and it's the E25 blending brush. Now this one is styled after the MAC 217, and the reason why I bought this one is I love the MAC 217, but it's like almost $40. I think it's either $36 or $26, so it's quite expensive. So this one was less expensive, but what I never reach for this one. Like, I only ever use it if I need to do like blending on the brow bone, because it's splayed out so much it's lost its shape. Like, it's supposed to be a little bit, it's supposed to be smaller here and pinched in here, but it's just too splayed out now to do any kind of work in the crease or anything like that. So I mean, I guess you can still kind of use it, but it's not the same brush that it was. It's most definitely lost its shape. Now, this is the Pro Blending Fluff from Coastal Scents, and I have to say that this is back on the website. It was not on the website for the longest time, and now it's back. And you can see that it has definitely, it's got the better shape. This is the Coastal Scents one here. And I've done like a comparison video on this, and as time has gone on, this one's gotten even worse. So this is the Sigma one, and then this is the Coastal Scents one, and I'll show you from the side. And this has got like hairs all over the place. So this is $4 and this was $14 or $18. I can't remember. I again, don't quote me on price. I'll put it down below. But, you know, for $4, I get something that I actually find this in my hand more than even the MAC. It's just the one that it just comes to my hand very easily. So there's that. But there's also this brush, which came, it's another Real Techniques one. This is the base shadow brush that's in her starter collection, I think it's called. It's got all the eye brushes. And even though it's a shadow brush, like it's supposed to be for putting base shadow on, I actually find it's a lot like the 217. So I'm gonna get my little, okay. So you can see it's kind of got a similar shape, okay, and it's got a similar kind of width to it. So what it's good for is it's good for blending, and you can actually get like that little chisel point into your crease. So it does do the same kind of things that the 217 or the E25 does. But yeah, so there you go. So these are both better than this. Okay. And lastly, this is a little special brush. This is the E20 short shader brush. And what it's for is it's basically for, you know, doing, I use it, well, it's what I use it for anyways, to smudge color underneath the eye and along the lash line if I want to smoke something out. What I don't like about this is it's really scratchy. So I just, you know, and again, little hairs come out, but it's really scratchy. So a comparable product, it's not the same shape or anything like that, but it is fairly comparable. This is the contour brush or the crease brush from e.l.f. So this is just their regular essentials line. I got this, you get these at the dollar store here all the time. So it's a different shape, but it does the same thing. So I hardly ever reach for this because it's just like, ouch, scratchy. And what I like about these kind of like pencil top shape is that they kind of diffuse the color more. But if you want more precise placement, then, you know, but again, price point and the fact that it scratches, I can get the same thing with that. Or even this is an Essence of Beauty little kind of, you know, eye brush. So there you go. Okay, so those are my less expensive comparable brushes for my Sigma collection. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.